What's going on, family? It's your girl Guruji Chastity, and we are back with another ideogram. You feel me? I'm back with another ideogram. I love ideograms. Ideograms are pictures that house an entire teaching or houses an entire concept, i.e. very similar to a hieroglyphic. Okay, today's ideogram is called PMES. No pun intended to PMS symptoms, but I thought it was kind of funny and kind of cool. But it's PMS. I don't know. But the ideogram is PMES, and the topic of discussion today are 4 steps to living a balanced life. Okay, and the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because everybody craves balance, right? In this world that we live in, we all want to have balance, and I feel like a lot of the teachings or the options that are out there for us require you to pretty much turn your life upside down in order to achieve, a balanced life. But it's like, bro, if I had the capability to turn my life upside down to begin with, I wouldn't even be here talking to you. So could you simplify it? And so that's why I'm here today, family. I want to simplify for you. I want to create 4 simple steps to living a balanced life, and the 4 easy ways to remember them are PMES in this nice little nifty box here. You can take this box and literally apply it to your life. I apply this to my life in multiple ways. I apply this to my life anytime I'm doing like a healing service, when I'm doing oracle readings for myself, when I want to check in just daily to see like, hey, am I tending to myself? Am I living in my proper person? Am I missing any of these? And do I have friendships with the people who tend to these areas in their life? I call them the 4 areas of existence. Me and my homegirl, we call it that 4-star energy, that 4 square energy. And if you don't got that 4 square energy, we be like, get up on out of here, you feel me, big dog? We call it 4 square, you feel me? We love it, right? And I created this concept. Excuse me, I had to get this water. I've created this concept, and me and my homegirl live and die by it. And I created this month maybe like a year ago. And so I'm so shocked that I haven't shared it up until now, but maybe it hasn't been relevant. But where we at right here, right now in life, we need 4 simple steps to living a balanced life, and this is how we do it. All right, boom. They all build on each other. So the PMES go in order, okay? The first area, I call them the 4 areas of existence. You might learn to call them something else. The first area is going to be physical, right? This is your physical area of existence. This is all about your physical body, okay? Does it have any aches and pains? Are you taking it out? Are you treating it well? Are you giving it good food? Are you exercising? Are you stretching? Right? But if you just getting up and going to work, this probably low on the totem pole. You probably not connecting with your body in a good way. You probably putting cheap gas in your car. You gotta realize, okay? Listen, Linda, honey. Listen, look up. This physical area of existence is like your physical car. Yes, you got a car, but is it finna be broke down in a month or 2 because you're not going to go get an oil change, because you're not putting gas in the car? Is you one of them type of people who get a new car, but then you wait until the tank on E, till the light come on to go put gas in it? Like, stop playing, dog. But now, let me not say stop playing, because maybe you didn't know, but now that you know, when we talk about your physical area of existence, we mean your body, which represents your physical car. That is how you get around. That is how you experience life. Without this body, without this car, ain't nothing to experience. So if you treating this like trash, if you're not tending to this on a regular basis, off rip, you already going down. If all you do is eat, sleep, and go to work, and maybe smoke weed, you already negative. I already don't want to hang out with you. I'ma just keep it 100. Straight faced it. I already don't want to hang out with you. For what? For what? For what? We can't relate on nothing. I don't want to hear nothing you gotta say. We ain't even gonna get into that. Hey, look. I ain't gonna get into that. Look. Next, mental. All right, your mental area of existence. If you not having stimulating conversation, if you not taking in stimulating information, what you doing, big dog? You are not using your brain. Now, when I say stimulating, I don't mean stuff like this. You may not watch stuff like this all the time. That don't mean nothing. I don't mean you gotta be in self-help all the time. I don't mean you gotta be in Forex or making money. You don't have to be in hustling. You don't have to be, when I say mental stimulation, you don't always have to be striving. There might be other things that you're interested in that are mentally stimulating. For me, for instance, crocheting. Parts of it were hard and they were mentally stimulating because I had to like sit down and learn it. But for the most part, it was just like I had extra mental energy and I didn't have nobody to talk to. Let me crochet real quick. It felt good, right? Everything don't have to be your rocket science vibe. Everything that I'm into that I use for mental stimulation doesn't come from this deep philosophical, spiritual, evolving place. Like, it don't always gotta be that. But I'm not saying we should just be sitting around watching TV all the time, which is a bad habit that I have when I have excess mental energy sometimes, right? So we that's a fine line. We got to be mindful of that, right? But you also want to be in communities, right, where you can talk to people about the things that you're interested in, whatever that may be. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So next, family. Next we have, I didn't go bad up into the wall, Jane. Next we have emotional, okay? Your emotional state of existence. This means is you crying, child. Is you journaling. And I haven't found a workaround around journaling. The only workaround that I done found is that you don't have to journal every day. But if you're not journaling at least 5 times a month, you can forget learning lessons. And you can count on repeating habits and lessons. You can count on it. If you're not journaling at least 5 times a month, you don't know what the hell is going on. You just out here chicken heading it up, honey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what's going on, bruh. And so emotionally, to have an emotional grip on what's going on in your life, you gotta be journaling. You gotta have, the reason why I say journaling is because a lot of us have been through traumatic experiences where it isn't always easy for us to trust other people. And so instead of me telling you to go put your emotional safety in harm's way, I'm telling you, get jiggy with journaling with yourself. Get jiggy with breaking those barriers with yourself, with comforting yourself, with self-soothing yourself, so that when the time comes and you are ready and available and somebody is open and willing to give you that emotional love and support that you really need, you can actually take it in and you don't push it away. And so that's why I feel like journaling is very important, and it's a great way to start. So I'm not finna go out here and tell you start crying to every sad sucker and be a simp. I'm not telling you to do that, big dog, but I'm telling you, go in that room, get in that shower and cry. If you too player to cry with yourself, bro, you not finna have nothing good in life. I don't care how many physical accomplishments you have, right? If you can't cry in the shower, big dog, if you can't let it all bear out between you and God, we got some ways to go, and that's the third step. You know, I get here a lot of times with people, and what ends up happening is that because I'm normally pretty solid in all of these, when this square shows up for me in terms of needing help, people kind of look like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. And it's my emotional square is a learning curve for me. But a lot of what I've learned of how to, cultivate and be with others is because I've learned how to do that with myself. I've learned how to show up with myself without judgment through, straightforward honesty that transforms into radical acceptance. You see what I'm saying? And that's very important. It's very, very important. But I feel like the last two are a little bit easier for me because of my authority. In human design, I am a projector and I'm a solar plexus authority. And so spirituality and my emotional needs and just emotional desires are, that SpongeBob picture where everything is just spinning. That's just my life, And so I feel like I've always had a good grip on those, even when I didn't. All right, and so look. Emotional was the third square. Last square is spiritual. How I normally describe this one is that you just have to have a spiritual practice. Something that you do every day. Something that keeps you anchored in your body. Something that keeps you in remembrance that you are not this body. You are not this physical experience. You are a spirit inhabiting this suit, and you are having a spiritual experience. This can be out of sight, out of mind, easily forgotten because of the everyday necessities of life, whether they may be mundane or they be, adventures of living. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to lose sight of the fact that you need a spiritual practice. You need to do something every day that keeps you connected to the things that make all things go, right? And it's easy to lose sight of needing that because we always moving, right? We always having to do something. And so, to live a balanced life, you really need to be tending to all of these. 25 cents, 4 quarters on them. 4 square energy, you feel me? You need 25% for all of these. Now, personally for me, I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm not trying to be arrogant. A lot of times when people meet me and they get to know me, we all be in love, honey. Because if I attracted you to me, it's something special about you. So we all in love. And it's typically because in my spare time, this is what I'm doing. Can't even cap on it. In my spare time, I'm trying to figure out how to get the best 25% out of all these so that when you meet me, we finna live it up. We finna live it up. Like, cause why not? You see what I'm saying? And so I typically started teaching people that if you really genuinely feel like you 4 square energy, that don't mean you can't fall short. But 4 square energy meaning you normally don't drop below 3, which means you normally only neglect one area, if that. But for the most part, these be top tier. If you stay with 4 star energy, 4 square energy, you can't hang out with nobody who 3 square energy or less. You can't. I felt like in the experience, what was going to happen is that you were going to become a nag. You were going to start to point out all of these different ways where this person is not up to your natural standards of 4 square energy, right? And you would notice that it's not really huge or grand things. It's going to be small, regular, everyday things. But because this is how you love yourself, you're going to start to notice how somebody else may not love themselves, and you're going to point that shit out. But if you're practicing 4 square energy, you'll also notice how pointing that out is practicing harm against someone else. Because where somebody else is, they have the right to be there. And so if you're 4 square energy and you're hanging out with people who aren't, I felt like in becoming that nag, you're hindering somebody's learning. Because that's where they're supposed to be. They ain't supposed to be a 4 square until they supposed to be a 4 square. And just because they're around you don't mean they need to all of a sudden level up to 4 square energy. That may not be where they at. So I used to normally teach that if you 4 square, you can't hang out with 3 square or above. Well, then that starts to create an inferior and superior complex. And that's not good either. And so all I'm saying now is be mindful. So for me, I really do feel like I'm normally 4 square energy. The one place I always drop off is physical. I always drop off on physical. Tending to my physical needs are sometimes, that's the first, this is really good. Okay, so 4 square energy in itself is how you love yourself, how you tend to yourself, how you give yourself enough space to operate in your proper person so you can experience the infinite possibilities. The first way I start to neglect myself and take that away is in my physical reality. I start to not clean. I start to not stretch, so not spending physical time with my body. I start eating bad food. I really just lack physical care on myself. But I normally meet people who only tend to their physical reality, right? And so in the past, those people who are 1 square or less, or 2 square or less, I'd be like, oh bro, I'm not hanging out with you. No. I started to realize, oh no, don't do that. Hang out with those people. But because since they only tend to the physical, when you fall short of that one area, they can help you get back on that 20% or that 25%. I started to use it that way, and it became more helpful instead of being, like a bias tool. It created more judgment when that's not what I wanted. And so how I learned to use it as fuel in helping other people was just starting to notice if I really like that person and they were 1 square, 2 square energy, no, they can't. If a person is only 1 square energy and that 1 square energy is physical, then no, they can't come into my spiritual reality. And I shouldn't expect spiritual things from them. I should only expect the physical from them and enjoy that. And enjoy that area that they're good at. The reason why I was like, oh no, forget you. You can't be over here because you 1 square energy is because I was trying to take somebody 1 square energy ass and spread that 25% over all of this 100. And I was getting mad at them like it was something wrong with them. And it wasn't. They already came over here with 25%. They never came over here with 100. So I can't get mad at them. I just need to accept that 25% that they got and let that be enough. And it is. It's totally fine. If that's what I want to do with you. That's the thing. You responsible for your own energy and how you use it. And you got to know if that's how you want to use your energy. So you can't get mad if you use your 25 and then be like, oh, I wasted my time. No, you didn't. You made your own choice. You made your choice. Don't get mad at them. However you use that 25 on. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. 4 steps to living a balanced life, family. I hope y'all dig that. Until next time. Peace out. I love you, man.